Lots on the line for the 80-plus men here. The last time they'll see this course before it matters for the 2008 Olympic Games. And it is a no wetsuit swim here today. Overcast conditions, about 24-degree air temperature, water temperature virtually the same. You can see no wetsuits as Gomez taking out very quickly, and that man continues to be a phenomenal swimmer. It is 550 plus meters till they get to the very first swim buoy at the end, and you can see the historic location here where 1 billion plus people will be watching the 2008 Olympic Games. Andy Potts, the traditional swimming machine from the United States, taking the pace out hard but not able to drop almost any of the top 25 men as one long string of men. Andy Potts out of the water just over 17 minutes and change. You can see Fattel from Australia just behind him. The Japanese competitors coming out of the water. There comes the French, Vasiliev. There comes Gomez out of the water. He's had a great swim. And as they make their way through, Simon Whitfield into that bunch. There's Shane Reed. He's had an outstanding swim. For Dano as well. 6 laps, and they're going to have to deal with some hill climbing on this particular course as Potts gets ready to head out onto the course. There's Vasiliev from Russia just putting on his helmet in the backdrop. And we have a stream of likely 18 to 20 men going to make this main pack as they head out. There comes Gomez as he gets ready to head out as well. Verdano into that bunch. There goes Colin Jenkins. Fleischmann from the United States has had a great swim. Looking back just a little bit further on, and they're coming out of the water now well back right now as they're about 20 plus seconds. Brad Kullefeld coming through. He has not had the swim that he was looking for today as they start to make their way up and through. Raylert, the Germans, just coming out of the water. There's Justice also just coming through, and their men are 30-40 seconds back right now. A main group of about 35 or 40 men now as they start to head to the climb on the course. And it is one long string of men starting to come through, and as we saw in the women's course yesterday, likely now to come down to an important, very fast run. The spectators have been out in huge numbers, and Simon Whitfield right there with number 2 on his arm. You can see Gomez not too far behind. Potts working as well as they start to make the climbs through this very technical course here in Beijing. Here come the chase group of athletes, and they are not too far down. We have the makings right now for 55 or 60 men to join in. And some of the big runners into that chase pack include the likes of Jared Shoemaker from the United States. And there they're coming, one long string and a crash. They're down right there on the very first lap. Now looks like Tim Don has gone down, holding his elbow. So Tim Don down. Most unfortunate as the 2006 world champion holding his arm right now. Definitely his day is over. Athletes trying to get through right now. And Tim Don going to be frustrated because he needed a top 3 today to make a guaranteed spot for the Olympic team. And one of his teammates, William Clark, up into this league group. So the man who was 5th at the World Championships now with a chance to make the Olympic Games team here today. The battle within the battles include the Americans, 5 into this league group right now. The first American across the line will make the team. Simon Whitfield right there has already qualified for Canada. But the Kiwis having a battle out there. We've got 4 or 5 Kiwi men into the league group. The only guy not making it, I think, is Terenzo Bazzani. And off the bike now in the start of what is going to be an incredibly fast 10-kilometer run. Gomez just racking his bike. Kullefeld beside him. There goes Ivan Rania first out onto the run course. Chris Gimmel going out hard. There's Brad Kullefeld as well. And as they head out, we will be looking at 60 plus men out onto this 4-lap hilly 10-kilometer course. They'll run down to the end, make a 180-degree turn, and already Gomez has differentiated himself from the rest of the pack. He has laid it down in this opening kilometer about 2 minutes and 40 seconds, and nobody around him already. You can see as the camera starts to pan from the back up, there's Verdano just going through, Shoemaker from the United States, Simon Whitfield into that group, Stuart Hayes. As we take a look in there as well, there's Brad Kullefeld, Chris Gimmel, big Matt Reed into that particular group. And they're now just about to bridge up to Ivan Rania, but nobody is near Javier Gomez as the man who has 6 World Cup wins, wants to try to finish off the World Cup #1 rankings back in the spot that he was in 2006, and right now he is on the fly. The opening 2.5 kilometers, just over 6 minutes and 40 seconds, absolutely amazing. As the spectators have been out here in large numbers, and now we're looking at the battle. The 2 Kiwis trying to make the team. Bevan Doherty along with Chris Gimel. There's Courtney Atkinson, who's got 5 World Cup wins. Will Clark, the man who had the bronze medal in Salford last year, and he was the 23 and under world champion just a year ago. Ivan Rania, the 2002 world champion, trying to hang on to this group, and Whitfield, the only man right now trying to make the go after Gomez. Simon Whitfield now has moved himself up into second, and a chase group of about 8 or 9 athletes very tightly bunched together. Brad Kullefelt and Ivan Rania just coming around. Gimel, and you can see a large group of about 13 or 14 men now still as they come around. It's the 2007 Men's BG World Cup Triathlon, the last chance. And as we come into the final stages of this run, Gomez realized he has it, but the battle for second and third between Courtney Atkinson from Australia and Bevan Doherty from New Zealand. Doherty now knows he's got a spot on the Olympic team. It's just now a matter of whether or not the color of his medal. And you see right now, Gomez just about to cross the line, just over 1 hour, 48 minutes and 40 seconds, his 7th World Cup win, and maybe just foreshadowing for the 2008 Olympic Games. You have to believe he's going to be a major factor. Courtney Atkinson running away from Bevan Doherty over the last few hundred meters, and Courtney Atkinson will add another medal to his illustrious career here in Asia. He loves to race. Bevan Doherty making the team for the Olympic Games. Here comes Chris Gimel in 4th. He will qualify for the Olympic Games. Simon Whitfield will be 5th. He's already qualified. Gimel and Doherty claiming their spots for the Olympic Games. Simon Whitfield just across, but the fastest run of the day belongs to the speedy man from Spain, Javier Gomez.
Of course, very good to win here in the Olympic course, but I think it's different than next year. Of course, I'm really confident after this result for the Olympic Games, but I know that the Olympic Games is going to be more difficult than now.
You know, it probably makes me think what could, how would World Championships would have went. But I was putting my all into qualifying for the Olympics, and hopefully second today here at the course. And after winning a World Cup earlier in the year, is enough to slot me into that Australian team. So fingers crossed. Very happy with it. It's it takes a lot of pressure off, especially for me and Chris. He's my best mate. He deserved to be in the Athens team, and for him to qualify as well, he's a real battler. It was a great race between me and him. But Gomez, he's on a different planet at the moment. He certainly showed us where the standard is, and we've got a lot of work ahead of us. But a lot can happen in 10 months. So it's good to know that I can put together a good race on this course.
Gomez on top of the podium. Courtney Atkinson successful in Asia one more time, and Bevan Doherty going back to the Olympic Games to try to get that illustrious gold.